If you always struggle to draft a perfect princess dart bustier, in today's video I am going to show you exactly how to go about it the easiest way. My name is Joy, and on this channel I share sewing tutorials. I make sewing easy to learn and impossible to forget. So if you're a total beginner, you definitely belong here. I have my pattern paper here. I am going to be working with it. So from the very top of my pattern paper, I'm going to mark my starting line of 1 inch. So I connected it all the way straight down like this. So this is my starting line. From that starting line, I'm going to take my shoulder to my waistline. My shoulder to waist is 15, but I'm using 16 inches. I added 1 inch for sewing allowance. Now from the shoulder line, I'll measure my bust point 10 inches, under bust is 13 inches, and my waist is 15. So I'll just connect it straight, just as you can see me doing like this. Use your actual measurements for this. So your bust points, under bust, and your waistline. So this is my shoulder line, this is my bust points, and this is my under bust line. The next line is my waistline, and what we have left is the sewing allowance of 1 inch. From the starting line, you should have your shoulder to waist plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. So at the shoulder line, I'm going to mark half of my shoulder measurements. My shoulder measurement is 14. Half of 14 is 7. So I've taken that. I'll bring down my tape like this and mark my armhole. Half of my armhole measurement is 8. So I'll connect the lines straight like this and connect these points to meet the shoulder line as well. At the top of the starting line, I'll mark my neck measurements, 3 inches for the width and 3 inches for the depth. The depth is 3 inches, the width is 3 inches. So I would bring in my curved ruler and connect to make a round neck like this. You can use whichever neckline measurement you want. You can use a v-neck. So at the shoulder, I'll come down by ½ inch for my shoulder slope and connect it to the neckline like this. This is what you should have. The armhole line, from the very top, I'll mark half of my armhole measurement, which is 4, and then I will come inside by ½ inch like this from that point and connect a curve, just as you can see. Look at the point I'm using for the curve, please, and I'll connect a straight line like this to join the shoulder slope. On my bust point line, I will take my nipple to nipple divided by 2. Half of my nipple to nipple is 4. My nipple to nipple is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So take your own measurements. I'm going to put a picture so that you will know where to take your nipple to nipple points from. On the under bust line, I'll go in by 3.5. So I'm reducing it. On my bust point, I used 4. On my under bust, I'm using 3.5. On my waistline, I'm using 3.5. So reduce your nipple to nipple by half and go all the way down, just like this. So under bust and waistline, I have 3.5 inches. So connect it straight down like this. The next step is to connect the bust points to meet the under bust. So bring in your ruler just like this and connect it. As you can see, if you notice, the bust point is wider. This is how it should be. Now we'll go back to the shoulder line and come down by 4.5 inches. Connect that 4.5 inch to meet the bust points just like this, and this is exactly what it would look like. Now we are going to go in at the under bust by 2 inch. We are taking our under bust cuts, go in at the waistline by 2 inch as well. From the under bust and the waistline, take 2 inch and connect all the way to the allowance line. Please notice this point very well. It's very important. After marking it straight down like this, the next thing is to bring in your curved ruler and connect a curve to meet the bust points. Please observe this curved area very well. At the armhole line, we are going to come down by 2 inch from the point we had connected before. We are taking our armhole darts, so connect it like this. Please observe the area I'm using for this line. It's not the straight part of the ruler. I'll connect it just like this to form a curve to meet the bust point, and this is exactly what we would have. If you are joining it, you'll notice that the center is going to be shorter than the side. So to avoid that, we are going to extend it at the armhole. Extend it by 2 inch at the armhole and connect the line just like this. The next thing is to shift our curve from here to here. So we are going to mark a new curve like this. Use your curved ruler and mark a new armhole. So this is going to be our new armhole. We don't need this one again. This is the new armhole. My bust point, I'm going to come in by my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch allowance. My bust measurement is 34 divided by 4 is 8.5 plus 2 inch. On the waistline, my waist measurement is 26 divided by 4 is 6.5 plus this 2 inch that we took for the dart intake, and then I added my 2 inch allowance, so 6.5. Then I added the 2 inch we took out, and then I added my extra 2 inch for allowance. So I'll connect it straight down just like this and all the way up. So this is basically just all. I'm going to just shade out the areas we are going to cut. The next step is to just cut. Please watch where I am cutting close. Watch it very well so that you know the exact points to cut out. Cut it out like this, and I'll cut the center piece out just as you can see me. After cutting it, I will bring in this side piece now. On the bust line, I will go in a little bit, just about 0.25. I want to avoid that sharp point we have there. I will cut it out just like this. You will notice that it doesn't look pointy anymore. This is the center front, this is the side front. The arrows are pointing towards where you are going to sew. Now for the back piece, we are going to take 1.5 inch away from the starting line, from the very top, and mark it all the way down. From my starting line, I'll mark my shoulder to my waist 15 and add 1 inch for sewing allowance. The shoulder line, I'll mark half of my shoulder measurement away from my 1.5 inch for zip. I'll come down and take my armhole of 8 inch and connect it just like I did previously. So connect it all the way out like this. You take your shoulder slope of ½ inch, come out like this, and take your round neck measurements. I'm using 3 inches for the width and 4 inches for the depth. So I'll connect it just like this and extend it all the way to the zipper line. On the armhole line, you are just going to come in with your curve ruler and mark a curve. Now the difference between the front and the back armhole is that there is no ½ inch intake from the midpoint. After that, I just connected my shoulder slope to meet my neckline, and I'm marking my chest line of 8 inches. Now I'll connect it straight down like this, and I'll come down 1 inch below my chest line. I'll go in by half of nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4, and connect it 1 inch below my chest line. So this is what we have now. Please note that I came down 1 inch below my chest line. So on the straight line we mark, I will take my dart intake of ½ inch. So I took ½ inch on the left and right side, and I connected it straight like this to form my darts. So I'm going in by my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch for sewing allowance. On the waistline, my waist divided by 4 plus 2 inch for sewing allowance. I added back the 1 inch on the waistline, 6.5, then 1 inch for the darts and 2 inch for sewing allowance. This is the final step. Just connect a straight line down and go ahead and cut. If you found this video helpful, please hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I put out my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see the sewing part of this, and if you have questions, please drop it in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video.